收看 My Media 生活小贴士。如果喜欢本单元，欢迎与大家分享。您的按赞与意见是我们进步的动力。按下订阅按钮，持续关注 My Media 其他精彩单元。Hello， 大家好。随着圣诞新年节日的来临，这段期间绝对是购物的旺季。在这个欢欣的时节，要提醒大家的是，这可也是窃贼宵小活跃的时候。本单元很荣幸访问到加拿大BC省列治文 RCMP 的爱德华警官，请他为大家谈谈怎么提升家居与我们个人的安全。由于节目长度的关系，我们将分为3个部分播放，请持续收看，以了解这些与大家都息息相关的重要信息哟。我们一起来看看吧。
We're dealing with people coming to the door. This is the Christmas season. You will get people coming to the door constantly, and they're going to say, "Can you donate? Can you donate?" Well, there is a device called the club, the door club, that you can have that sits and is bolted into the floor. And it's a big steel bar that just goes into the floor. So the door can only open that far. And that big steel bar is holding your door closed. So that it's only open. You ask them for their identification. They should have things like this with their picture, their name, their company, and you don't have to open your door to them. You just peek through with a door club and say, "I'm sorry, I give at the office." And if they insist and try to get in, 911. That is an emergency. If anyone tries to force their way into your home, it is 911. The only other time that someone will force their way into your home if it is a fully uniformed police officer and something bad is happening in your home, or we have to get in for an emergency. Then we will force our way in. But bad guys, 911 all the time. There are numerous things that you can use to also secure a front door. I've mentioned that foot club that goes into the floor and holds the base of the door closed. There are things called drop bars. Now these are from the medieval times of hundreds of years ago. They're the big metal bar that goes right down across the front door, and they're on 2 hooks. And the door can't open because you have that big metal bar. They use these in castles. And surprise, they still work today. So there are modern versions of it, and you can find it anywhere on the internet for security for front door. There are little devices like this that are called anti-pry plating. You can get these the full length of the door or just where the lock system is. I will demonstrate over here. These are bolted right through the door, and they go like such. That way, when someone comes along with a crowbar, they put it in to pry the door open. This is bolted on, and they can't pry the door open. That is an exceptional good system to use. I recommend this for anyone that is concerned about door prying. And there is no law against having 2 or 3 locks on your door. You are very much permitted to have that. Also, to add security to your door, I highly recommend an extended striker plate. Most homes have a wooden frame. On a small door, I'll use this one, they have just a little one that goes around there. That is all that is holding your door together, is that one little small striker plate. This one here spreads out the force along the full edge of the door. So if someone tried to force their way in, it actually goes along the full length of the door. So it goes 3-inch screws right into the frame. And that holds the door secure. All deadbolts that are on a door should have at least a 2-inch throw. Now a throw is this device. Oh, there's no throw on this one. But it's that piece of metal that comes out and hooks into the door. That is what is called a throw. 2 inches, 1.5 to 2-inch long, so it goes well into the door. And if you use a strengthened extended striker plate, that just gives that door that much more security. There is another piece that I'm looking for. Here it is. This also enhances door security. The simple way that this one is used is it fits over the doorknob and the plate. It goes on either side of the door. So picture a doorknob there and the key there. That much extra gives the extra strength to the door. These are metal doors, so it's not needed here. While you are at home, if you want added security to your doors, use a door club. These are quite common and they adjust in height all over. Let's see how this one works. Someone wants to kick the door in. This goes in, that goes against the door, and it holds the door closed. But it's only temporary. All that is supposed to do is to give you time to get to a safe room that you can lock and call 911. That bad guys will come with a big pair of pliers or a big wrench, and what they do is they put the wrench over the door and they'll twist and break the lock. There's a way to fix that too. This is a security cover for a doorknob. This one here is for the round doorknob, but it fits over top, so they can't get at the lock. They can put it like this. So when you have your key to get in, you have to put your key inside and then turn it. They cannot get big pliers onto it to break it open. So these are also excellent locking devices. I have used these many times. That's just for the door. Windows are a different matter again. Let's see if I have something here. Okay. Simple home security tips. Okay, maintenance is one of the key factors to home security. If you are home, normally your lawn is mowed, the newspapers are off the front porch, the lights are going on and off during the day and the evening. So when people go by, they see the lights going, they may see a car in the driveway or not, but they think someone is home because it looks like people live there and it looks like they are taking care of their property. They are showing ownership of that property. Even when you are home, lock your doors all the time. If you do not have, in the summer months, an air conditioning system, I suggest having your furnace turned off, but the fan turned on, and the windows upstairs open. That way you get the constant circulation of air, and the hot air escapes upstairs, and the cooler air is pulled into the furnace and distributed throughout the house from the furnace fan. And again, never open doors to strangers. And oh, the hardwire phone. That is one thing. Everyone knows that nowadays they have phones that have call, display, everything else. Well, that's all fine. But if there's a car accident and it knocks down the power lines, or if there's bad weather, which can happen this time of year, the power goes out. Well, your call display phone will not work. Such things like cell phones in an emergency, in very bad weather, everyone is going to be using their cell phone and you might not be able to get through. Another problem with a cell phone, you have to tell the operator where you are. Whereas if you have a home phone, what happens if you dial 911, a big red screen will come up in the telecommunications saying you have an emergency, and it will actually tell us your name and your full address. So you don't even have to say anything, and we will have officers on the way to your home. If by accident you are trying to call overseas and instead of 011 you dial 911, do not hang up. Stay on the phone. Explain that you were trying to call overseas and just misdialed. In Richmond, within 5 minutes, there will be a knock at the door and a uniformed officer will be there to confirm that, to make sure someone's not holding a gun at you for you to say that. We will actually come in and look around to make sure everything is safe. Subset that I was telling you about that fits into the floor, that pulls out of the floor so you can open the door and close it. When you go out, it's not there. When you're home, you can take that and you can put it in the floor. That way no one can force their way into your home. Okay, yelling warnings can help. Go away. I've called the police. especially if you don't know them, if they are real, they will wait for the police. If not, they're going to run away. But never, never confront someone saying, I have a gun. Reason why? One, you shouldn't have a gun. It should be locked away according to Canadian law. Two, the bad person might have a gun, and you might have a gunfight. Or three, if the bad person gets in, they can take that weapon from you and use it against you. Whether it's a gun, whether it's a big stick or a knife, unless you're Bruce Lee, do not confront someone trying to break in. Your main objective is to get away and call 911. I get paid to confront bad people. You do not. But if there's no other choice, I tell people, yes, fight for your life. We cannot always get there in an instant. Large extended striker plates, decorative window bars with releases. Basement windows can have decorative window bars with a secret release so that if there's a fire and you're trapped downstairs, to get out a window, you can open that and then get out through the window.